remember, brothers and sisters, then the dream 1 week ago on Friday morning, early morning, Swami gave that in that small room, a yellow thread with the red bead and black bead, and there was a hairline distance between me and Swami. And exactly that hairline distance was there between me and my husband and the truck tire. Dreams relating to God are real. So likewise, if Swami wants to emphasize something or pass on a message to you, and if it's very important to you, he will make it a point that will be very crystal. Whereas in our regular dreams, in the dream you will be very really realistic. But the moment you woke up, the alarm rings, you woke up, that very fraction of the second, your mind will get into the worldly things, and that will be out, and the dream will vanish. So likewise, one time I prayed for our son that he has to come and appear in my dream, but I didn't get any sign of Swami's picture in the dream, and I was just waiting and was just praying to Swami. And it so happened when the mailman came, I went and checked the mail. There was a postcard from Parthi, one of our total flat, all the four of us, my husband, myself, and both the boys, Sathish and Suresh, we all were complete surrender to Swami. Sweet of you, Swami, but you know I love you so much, Swami. You know how much I love you. You are my everything, Swami. I just told him like that, but I don't know how I am for you, Swami, but you are my everything, Swami. I just told him like that, you'll have a picture in the car, right? So I just looked at him and I just casually told him that. Immediately the next song was in another dream where there was so much Vibhuti all over the walls. On the walls I just see the picture of the Vibhuti, and right after that this materialization took place. I said, what is this, Swami? Early morning you gave me such a beautiful dream. Of course you gave me assurance like a Mangala Sutra, but still I want another dream, Swami. Come and appear once more and give me assurance that everything will be well, he'll be perfectly fine. Please, Swami, come and appear in my dream. I turned back and she took a small box. So I thought probably she's taking the kumkum. So I just waited, and the moment she opened the box, lo and behold, guess what was there? I offer my humble pranams at the lotus feet of our beloved Bhagavan. So I just wanted to share some dreams right now. My journey with Swami started with a dream. So in 1996, I mentioned in the other video, in June, on my birthday, August 10th, Swami came and appeared in my dream. He said, come on Jayanthi, let me bless you and go. I am running out of time. Take my Pada Namaskar. And so saying, he is lifting up his robe, and I'm touching his feet, and he tries to walk in such a way that it was as though he was sliding. So that was the first dream I got from Swami. So that was the dream. And then after some years, this is the thing, for my birthdays, in my family, for my children, for my husband, for myself, as well as now for my children, my daughters, my daughter-in-laws, everybody, I just seek Swami's blessings for all the wedding anniversary and for birthdays. I always want Swami's blessings some way or other, either through picture or through dream or through a message, something, one or the other. But it should be related to, if it's a message, it should be related to the birthday or the anniversary. So what happened? The following, maybe a couple of years later, one time I got another dream. In the dream, I am sitting in Kulwant hall. Swami is walking and coming, and then he is coming all the way close to me, and he talks to the person next to me and to the person this side, to the right and left, but he ignores me. He does that always, right? So he ignores me, talks to them, and then he leaves and he goes, and there is some staircase. He just climbs all the way to the top. And then I am just screaming from here, Swami, today is my birthday. Don't you want me to bless me? Don't you want to bless me? Don't you want to bless me? Please, Swami, come and bless me. Please come and bless me. I am just keep yelling at him like that and pleading and praying with such a loud voice. And then finally Swami takes a swift turn. He comes all the way down. He comes right in front of me and he looks at me and he says, you know, you are God. Do you know that? In Tamil he says, நீ கடவுள் உனக்கு தெரியுமா, நீ கடவுள் உனக்கு தெரியுமா அது. He just tells that you are God. Do you know that you are God? And then he asked me to open the hand. The moment I open the hand, Swami is just materializing Vibhuti. And then Swami leaves right after that. So, but in such a, but the moment is while Swami is leaving, the alarm rang. The alarm rang and I woke up. But my hands was like this. My husband just looked at me. He said, what is that? Are you doing tapas or what? Then I explained to him this was a dream I got. And it was as though I'm holding the Vibhuti. So it was a unique dream. And then one time this was in 1996, in October for our wedding anniversary, I prayed for Swami. That's when we got close to Swami on the spot. From that moment we are like this, as I mentioned earlier. So during that time, somebody gave a picture of Swami, and one of the auntie, this was in Columbia, Missouri, and one auntie gave me the book called Loving God. So generally in my childhood also, I am so ardent devotee of Lord Subramanya. So I used to ask Swami, Lord Muruga, for anything and everything. Again the same principle. I will ask Swami for permission. Whereas those days the way I communicated with Lord Muruga was, we used to have audio tapes, right? Audio cassettes those days. So, and in those days films, I used to watch a lot of films, which in the sense all the philosophical movies and the devotional movies my grandma used to take me. So I used to admire songs so much, and I used to love to sing them, and then I sing along with the singers, the playback singer when I listen to the radio. So likewise, I have collected lots of cassettes. This happened because I was a DJ in Vancouver radio station. So I started to collect lots of movie songs so that I can play based on listener's choice. So in those days, movie songs, you know very well, they used to have godly names here and there in the movie songs. Some of the songs. So if I want anything, let me say I seek something as permission from Swami, from Lord Subramanya, I tell Muruga, I'm going to close my eyes and pick a cassette, and when I play, I should get a godly name. If it is there, I'll take it for granted that I can go ahead and do this. If not, I'll assume I should not do it. This is how I used to deal. I think I played this song earlier. For example, like this song. கடவுள் ஒரு நாள் உலகை காண தனியே வந்தாராம், கண்ணில் கண்ட மனிதரை எல்லாம் நலமா என்றாராம். So if you see the word கடவுள் means God, it is right there. So this is how I used to deal. So likewise, rolling forward, in 1996 when it was our wedding anniversary, so I looked at Swami's picture. I had a small picture who somebody gave me, and I looked at him and I said, everybody says that you are a God, you are a true God. If you are really a true God, today is our wedding anniversary. So we don't have our parents here. So now we have to bless us. This lady has given this book. So I'm going to close my eyes and open this book. So the moment I open, I should see something related to our wedding anniversary. If it is there, then I'll take it for granted that you are really a true God. So because we need your blessings, apart from our parents, we need your blessings. So you should bless us, Swami. So I prayed to Swami, and then I closed my eyes. And of course, that time when you are new to Swami, you call him Sai Baba, right? Only when you get closer to him, you'll call him Swami. Until then, you'll call him as Sai Baba. So I said, Sai Baba, everybody say that you are a true God. Okay, here I'm going to open the book, give me an answer. Prayed to Swami, closed my eyes and prayed to Swami, and opened the book, closing my eyes. The moment I opened and I looked into the book, opened my eyes, this was the message. It said, Swami showered his blessings on the newly wedded couple and put yellow rice akshatha on them. And that's it. Total flat, all the four of us, my husband, myself, and both the boys, Sathish and Suresh, we all were complete surrendered to Swami. So that's how our journey started later. So from that time onwards, for every time I used to ask Swami. So one other time, likewise for our son's birthday, excuse me, for my eldest son's birthday, I prayed to Swami, tomorrow is birthday, please come and appear in my dream. Every time this word I pray, and obviously he used to come and appear in the dream. So likewise, one time I prayed for our son that he has to come and appear in my dream. But I didn't get any sign of Swami's picture in the dream. And I was just waiting and was just praying to Swami. And it so happened when the mailman came, I went and checked the mail. There was a postcard from Parthi. One of our American friends has sent it from there for wishing Sathish his birthday. I was really taken back. It was a Brindavan picture. And she wrote a nice letter at the back. And then she has sent that picture and it arrived on that exact day. So I was so thankful to Swami that he blessed my son like that. And then it came for my younger son's birthday. So again, as usual, I prayed to Swami, Swami, tomorrow Suresh's birthday, please come and appear in my dream. And that day in the dream, this was the dream. In the dream, I am sitting in Kulwant hall, and one of Swami's students is coming closer to me and he says, are you Suresh's parent, Suresh's mother? I said, yes, I am Suresh's mother. Swami is calling you into the interview room. So saying, I am getting up and I am going into the interview room, and Swami keeps blessing my son. He says, I bless your son Suresh, and then he says, open your hand. And when I open, he materializes Vibhuti, and that's it, the dream got over. And then, and the main thing is, he mentioned Suresh's name. I bless your son Suresh, and here's the Vibhuti. So then I feel so happy. Then the alarm rang and I woke up, and the dream got over, and again, the fingers were in the same position. Excuse me. The fingers were in the same position. And after this, this dream got over. Then coming back to so likewise, there are several incidents for birthdays and anniversaries Swami has done. But here I like to share a few of them. This is regarding our wedding anniversary. This was, I think it was in 2004 or, sorry, not 2004, somewhere in 2000 or 2001, I got a dream. The dream was that we are in a small, I think this is like a Kodaikanal. I have never been there in that ashrama, but it is exactly like Kodaikanal. And Swami, all of them are sitting in a room, and Swami is coming inside, and then he just calling me, come and sit next to me. So immediately I go and sit next to him, and I see my husband is writing Om Sri Sai Ram. He is writing the Ligita Jabam. So when he is writing the Ligita Jabam, I am calling him, please come, Swami is calling us, come. And he also comes, and we go and sit next to him. After some time, Swami gets up and he takes holds of both of our hands and he keeps walking. He keeps walking for some time, and then I see as we are walking, there are some children wearing white and white, and I vividly remember the child, very chubby cheeks with we are wearing a glass with a nice beautiful hair. And now I have one of my friend's son who resembles exactly like him. So I see that child wearing white and white, and then he just keep talking to Swami, and Swami is nodding his head, and he is also smiling so nicely and nodding his head. And then after that, all the children, they give way to us, and we try to go. And there at one point it's so steep that Swami is holding my husband's hand, and so my husband is getting down first. Then Swami gets down and he gives me a hand, and he makes me to helps me to get down. While getting down, he gives me a kiss again on the forehead. And then we are walking, and then he takes to a place where it's all filled with trees, nothing but huge, very tall trees, and all full of greenery, nothing but greenery, very, very greenery. And there Swami is just, imagine that Swami is holding us like this, he was putting his hand, after some time he's putting his hands on both of our shoulders. When he kept walking, Swami students are giving way and we are getting down. So when we go to that forest, like the greenery area, Swami is bringing both of us in front of him, and he says in Tamil, why fear when I am here? This is what he says. And we both say Swami, and we just fall at his feet to get his Pada Namaskar, and the alarm rang and I woke up. I know my alarm is the hindrance for everything. So this was one dream. So as I mentioned that for our wedding anniversary and our birthday, Swami used to come and appear in the dream or through books. And of course, one of our wedding anniversary, I mentioned earlier that once Swami came in disguise with another person's form and gave us 22 Sanatana Sarathi magazines As you know, they publish that every month in Parthi with all filled with Swami's messages. So likewise, for one day I had a unique dream, and that dream I am just sitting in a small room, and everybody in that room are been sitting in a position like, you know, the Muslim people how they do namas. They all put their knee on the floor and they sit, right? So likewise, all of us are seated there, and at the same time the elbow is on the floor and everybody are holding their hands like this. For some reason, this is the scene I got in the dream. Likewise, I am also sitting like that. I am squatting and sitting and holding my elbow is on the floor and holding my hand like that. And there's a tiny chair. After some time, Swami comes in and he sits on the chair. And I see everybody, nobody is getting closer to Swami. And I thought, why no one is going, why not I? Let me go get closer to Swami. So saying, I am getting closer to Swami. As soon as I went so close to Swami, immediately Swami is coming so close to me, and between his nose and my nose, it's only a hairline distance. Remember, it's a hairline distance between me and Swami's nose. After that, Swami just materializes something, and it so happens he materializes a Mangala Sutra. He materializes a Mangala Sutra, and in that Mangala Sutra, it's all like the Telugu people, or they'll have the black bead and the red bead in it. So in between the Mangala Sutra, so Swami is just materializing that and is giving it to me. And I just take that and I feel so happy and I thank Swami. Then the alarm rang and I woke up. I thought, oh, what a beautiful dream today I got. What a beautiful dream, and I was so thankful to Swami, and I told my husband, and I just got into my work. Later in the evening, that evening I could not go and pick up my husband. I was busy with the babysitting child. So finally, and it was raining so badly. Finally, the child left, and then after some time, my husband came. When I opened the door and when he came inside, the moment he came inside, and that Friday, it was a Friday evening. Actually, this dream I got that it was a Friday. So when he came inside, the moment he came inside, he looked at me and he said, Jayanthi, you know, your prayers are really very powerful. This was the exact statement he said. I said, what Ratha? Is there any good news? I asked him. Yes, a great good news. Oh, then tell me, what's the good news? Please tell me. He said, wait, let me go and freshen up and then come and tell you. I said, okay, and then he went, got ready, and then he's coming, and he came down. I said him, okay, please tell me. Wait, let's have dinner, then I'll tell you. I said, oh my God, you are testing my patience. You please tell me. Then he said, okay, come to the puja room. Then he took me to the puja room, and then there he said, if I am alive right now, it's all because of Swami and your prayer. I was shocked. I said, what do you mean? What happened? Why are you saying like this? Then he said, this evening when I was walking and coming, he generally, he's very, he'll chant Sai Ram as he was walking. I learned it from him. So he was walking, chanting Sai Ram. As he was just keep coming in the walk path, there is another, in between the walk path, there's a apartment building, and there's just the tar road. There's no walk path over there. So as he was walking and coming, and then when he was about to put the foot on the empty space there, where there is no walk path, right away on the very second, it seems there was a huge truck which came and took a swift left turn, and between the tire and the foot, there was only a hairline distance. I was really I was shaken when he said this. Jayanthi, there was only a hairline distance between me and the tire. So Swami, somehow I managed, and I just stepped back, and the driver could not see me because I was wearing the raincoat. I did not see the truck. Neither the truck person could see me when I just took a step. So after some time, he realized, he stopped the truck and he ran and came to me and he asked me, is everything okay? And I said, yeah, I'm fine. And finally, I just came home right now. When he said this, I was so disturbed. I said, what is this, Swami? Early morning, you gave me such a beautiful dream. Of course, you gave me assurance like a Mangala Sutra, but still, I want another dream, Swami. Come and appear once more and give me assurance that everything will be well, he'll be perfectly fine. Please, Swami, come and appear in my dream. And next day, as like a surprise, my husband got a dream. That was the first time he got a dream. And in that dream, it seems we both are standing in front of Swami, and talking to Swami. While we are just talking to Swami and we are about to bend to take Swami's Pada Namaskar, right at that moment, somewhere, like the Sudarshana Chakra where Lord Krishna has, the Sudarshana, the disc, it's just flying and coming from nowhere, and it is just coming right, focusing on my husband's neck at the back. When it's about to touch him, that's when we are bending down and taking Swami's Pada. Swami, we are just screaming and bending at Swami's feet, and the disc it just goes away. And then after some time, as we are bending on Swami's floor, touching Swami's feet, it seems a heart-shaped garland is flying and coming from nowhere, and it just comes and covers both of us. And once that garland falls on our necks, immediately we get up and we just pray to Swami and thank Swami, and that's when the alarm rang. I think it's in Swami blessed, and then the alarm rang and I woke up. After I heard this dream, my husband woke up, and then it seems after he woke up, he shared this dream. Again, I was so disturbed. The garland, everything was okay, but why that this should focus on my husband? So again, it was very disturbing, and I said, Swami, you should do something in such a way that you have to give me an assurance, Swami, that everything will be fine. Please, Swami, please, Swami. I was just praying. And the following week, we were invited to go to another state for a puja. That week was a Mangalasutra puja. So we were asked to go there, and they were invited. We were invited for that prayer. So by the time it was a Friday evening, by the time we finished everything and we traveled, it was too far. And by the time we reached, it was 1:30 in the midnight. Past midnight. So when I went in, there was an auntie over there, and I took her blessings and I said, Amma, if you don't mind, can you just bless us? And she said, what is this? I was just waiting for you, and I just had all the yellow threads to give to everybody, but you didn't show up, you have come this late. I said, so whatever it is, Amma, at least put kumkum on me, I want your blessings. So saying, we went, she took us to the puja room, and there, when we did the namaskar to Swami, and then when she just to put the kumkum, she said, hold on a second, and she said, all the yellow threads are being given, but guess what, see, there's one yellow thread sitting on Swami's picture. Here, you can have that, she said. I was so thrilled. So she took that yellow thread, and then before giving to me, she said, hold on a second. Then she turned back and she took a small box. So I thought probably she's taking the kumkum. So I just waited, and the moment she opened the box, lo and behold, guess what was there? There were two beads, that black bead and the red bead sitting in that box. And she tried to put those two in that yellow thread, and then got the kumkum applied, and then she put that on my neck. I was really taken back. Remember, brothers and sisters, then the dream 1 week ago on Friday morning, early morning, Swami gave that in that small room, a yellow thread with the red bead and the black bead, and there was a hairline distance between me and Swami. And exactly that hairline distance was there between me and my husband and the truck tire. And here, this lady is giving me with the black bead and the red bead inserted into that thread and giving and tied it on me. I was really so happy. My joy found no bound. And Swami can do any wonders. Any wonders. All we need is the patience. That's the only thing is needed. And just have that total faith and surrender. You can bug him as long as you want. You can keep, as like a child keeps on bugging the mother, Mama, I need it. So Swami, mother will give whatever the child needs, but not what she wants, he or she wants. So likewise, Swami, whatever we need, he will definitely give us, but not what we want. So when we ask him, we have to ask him in a genuine manner, that whatever you cannot afford, ask him, Swami, I need your blessings. These blessings I cannot get anywhere, only from you. So please do bless us, Swami. And he will definitely do that. So I just thought to share that unique dream, and how Swami started from there and ended where? In a different state, very far from our state. There he got this in the midnight at 1:30, that too. So I feel very happy in sharing that with you. I just want to share, for a change, I want to share some of the dreams that Swami came on his own, rather than me calling him, that he came on his own. So I just thought to narrate some of the dreams, experiences. So this was one time, probably when my grandma was there in 2002 or 3, I don't remember well. And the dream was that Swami, there's a bright sunny day, and tons of people are standing around our home, and a red color cart is coming from far, and the red color cart is open cart, like later Swami was using those carts in Parthi, right, in Kulwant Hall, like the golf cart. So likewise a red color golf cart is just keep coming, and as it comes, when it comes towards our home, our Michigan Swami's home I'm talking about, when it comes right there, it just stops. And then my grandmother, myself, and I am holding a baby. I'm thinking one of my babysitting child, I think I was holding, and my husband, everybody are there. So Swami is coming, it's coming there, it stops, and Swami is sitting there on the right side, and the left side the driver is there, and I mean according to Indian system they are sitting on the left side. So Swami looks at us, and once he stops, he looks at us and he says, come, come, he calls. And my grandma, with that age, she just tries to run to go to him, and as soon as she walks and goes and get closer to him, he gives one of his hands to her and holds her right hand and lifts her up, and she puts her foot and then gets in. And then imagine the Swami is sitting right here, she is sitting right at the back of Swami, so her back and Swami's back are just facing each other, being together. So it is like that. And then Swami calls me, you come, he says. Then I try to go, and I'm going, I don't know whether I took the baby or not, I don't remember. I'm running, and then I'm going and sitting next to my grandmother, and Swami is sitting, I mean if I turn, I could like crisscross, I could see Swami. So just very close to Swami, like not even a half foot of distance. I'm sitting right there, and then immediately he tells, okay, now you can leave, and the chariot leaves, and that's it, the alarm rang, and I woke up. Morning I was little upset that, oh Swami, I wish you called my whole family too, and I hope they all are with me, Swami, I just imagine, and thanks Swami. But to my utter surprise, that night, that was happened to be a Thursday, by the way, and the night we went to the bhajan, and there one of the young adult, after the bhajans over the start to the thought for the day, she read the message in such a way that there Swami is talking about that Swami will come in a what do you call, like in a flight, and he will just pick up only certain people whom he wants, and then he will leave. So when she read that, I was really thrilled. I looked at my husband looked at me, and he said, Swami, this is amazing, Swami, amazing. And then after I came back, I said, no Swami, whatever it is, you have to include my family also, please Swami, please. I was just telling him. So that was one dream I just thought to share, which came on its own. And then after this, in 2007, I believe, close to December, end of December or so, 1 week continuously I got Swami's dream, just his appearance, nothing but Swami's pictures. I mean Swami's picture one after every day. I was so thrilled, and I was telling my husband that every day Swami is coming. This whole week he came. I'm so happy, and every day I was just telling, what pictures are those, Swami? I mean I was just recollecting all those pictures that he came, and I was so happy. And lo and behold, on December 31st, 2007, that's when all over the home the Vibhuti materialization took place. Oh, not only that, after these dreams were over, I got another dream where there was so much Vibhuti all over the walls. On the walls I just see the picture of the Vibhuti, and right after that this materialization took place on December 31st on 2007, and then January 2nd, in January 2nd and 2008 in Michigan, in Swami's home. So then I understood, oh, this was the reason, Swami, that you just kept showing your pictures one after another, followed by the Vibhuti materialization, so that this is going to happen. So we were so thrilled, and thanks Swami so much. So that was one dream. And then the next one was that I saw, so in our basement, in our Swami's basement chair, where Swami is sitting wearing an orange rose saree like this, and giving a Devi form. He's sitting in a Devi form and blessing us. It was so I mean unimaginable, the way she was sparkling. It was amazing. You would have heard in my previous experience that how I mentioned about the Swamis. I mean I'm going to share that later, not now. I didn't share it yet. So Swami, I mean the Devi form was sparkling. and it was so amazing that I got such a beautiful dream. But of course, my alarm was an hindrance for all my dream. It so happens he chooses the time exactly when the alarm is about to ring. That's when he will come and appear. It happened to be like that. So that was a unique dream. And then one time Swami calls me, and I'm sitting in the with the audience. He just calls me, and when he calls, I'm just running towards him and kneel down to him, and then he materializes the money, the dollar bills, American dollar bills, and he takes out one $20 bill and he gives to me, and I thank him, and I take it so happily. And then again he materializes and he gives a $10 bill, and I get that $10 bill as well. And I feel so happy. I wish it was in real. I would have safeguarded that dollar bills. So it was in the dream. But the thing was, after he gave that amount, that's when right after that, we were going through a crucial time for a financial situation, crucial time, that Swami gave this as though giving an assurance, don't worry, I will take care. You don't worry. So it was unbelievable how Swami comes and gives you a in advance. He gives you an assurance that do not worry, I am there, I will take care, I will take care. So I felt so happy. I just thought to share that as well. And then one other time Swami came in a golden chariot wearing a white robe, like as he wears for his birthday. He's wearing a white robe in a golden chariot. That was one dream I got. I felt so happy. But I don't remember it was for his birthday or what. Probably should have been his birthday, because he's wearing a white robe. And another time I had another dream. Swami is coming in a Ratha Yathra, and this is in Michigan, in a street called Ellsworth. Swami is coming in a Ratha Yathra, and that is near a gas station. I remember near Platt, and there's a street called Platt and Ellsworth. There's a gas station, and near that area I just see Swami in a Ratha Yatra. So that was one dream. And then this is another unique dream. This is in Redhills in Chennai. I have never been to that. There's a temple called Eswaran temple. I have never been there. I don't know whether Eswaran temple is there or not. In that temple, since I am just going around the deities, I am praying to him, and then I am asking Swami, I wish I could see you here, Swami. Please, Swami, I wish I could see you. I am just telling him, and then I am going for a girivalam around the deity. They go out, right? As I am going inside, it's within the temple. So I am just going around. As I go around, on the left side, I see a Shirdi Sai picture as well as a Sathish Sai picture. Right there with the big size of Swami's pictures, both adjacent to each other. And I get to see that, and I said, oh Swami, in Eswaran temple, I just asked you, and here you are showing yourself. Thank you so much, Swami. You are so sweet of you. Thank you, thank you. And I just go and put my head on his feet, and I kiss him. And I feel so happy and thank him so much. And then, as usual, the alarm rang and I woke up. So I had to figure out I should ask one of my friends to find out if that picture is there or what. So this was one other dream. And then the other one was, suddenly one day I had a dream that a huge picture of Swami, I couldn't even imagine the size, filling the whole wall. This is also again in our Michigan home. Such a huge picture of Swami which covered the whole wall up to the ceiling level, and that was a picture I get to see in the dream. And I thanked Swami, and again the alarm rang and I woke up. So I thanked Swami so much for that as well. That was one dream. And then one day Swami started to appear in different robes continuously. As you know, we are seen in the pictures, right? Like Swami wearing blue color robe, green color robe, all those things, but you are not seen in real. But in this dream, I am seeing him wearing white, orange and maroon as he does always. Plus, I see this green color and red color and blue color. And of course, Swami wears the yellow color as well. And so, I don't know, that is again, I have not seen Swami in yellow color in real. But that color was there. So, he showed in different robes as well, like like a fancy dress competition. Swami was wearing one after another robe, and I'm just seeing one after another in different robes. Again, he was just also posing. Can you imagine that? He was posing in different, in each robe he was giving a different pose, like blessing and standing in a stylish manner. You know, Swami does with the students all these kind of things, right? So you're so sweet enough to come and show me the same thing in my dream as well. So I felt so happy seeing all these different poses of Swami in different robes. So I just thought to share that as well. And right after that, one day in my dream, Swami is saying, I think that, one day he just came in my dream and he said, you are in me and I am in you. He says, you are in me, I am in you. And this reminds me, this dream reminds me, I don't know whether I told in my previous video. One time I was just praying to Swami that, Swami, do you love me? Do you really love me, Swami? Please tell me, Swami, do you really love me? And you will be really kind of feeling so happy. I felt a little, shy to say this. The moment I said that, there was we were playing like a film CD one day casually when we were driving, and I just told Swami, looking at him, Swami, do you really love us, Swami? Do you really love me? Tell me, Swami, please tell me, Swami, do you really love me? Casually I said this, and immediately the next song came that was again our favorite and our dearest actor Rajinikanth's CD, his all his composition of his songs, the movie songs of his all his movies. And there the next song was this one, darling, 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 I love you, love you, love you. The moment I heard that, because I tell my husband everything very openly, right? I want to ask Swami, wait, let me ask him, Swami, do you really love me? Like that I told him. And the very next song was this, darling, 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 I love you, love you, love you. I felt so embarrassed. I said, Swami, what is this? And I was just laughing, And then, after this song, then I asked Swami, Swami, so sweet of you, Swami, but I love you so much, Swami. You know how much I love you. You are my everything, Swami. I just told him like that, but I don't know how I am for you, Swami, but you are my everything, Swami. I just told him like that, and you'll have a picture in the car, right? So I just looked at him and I just casually told him that. Immediately the next song was, in Tamil it comes, Ennuyir needane, unnuyir naandane. Oh my God, I said, Swami, I'll stop right here. I'll stop. My husband was also laughing, and which means the meaning is, you are my breath and I am your breath. You are my life and I am in your life. I am your life. Like that he said. So then I said, okay, I'll stop here, Swami. I'm just getting joyful tears. Sorry about that. So when I read this, when this dream appeared, when I was talking about it, suddenly I recollected that. So I just thought to share that with you all. This was from a movie named Priya. And then now I want to share another unique dream. So one time, Swami, he was in our home, in our Michigan home. He calls our children to upstairs to puja room, and he keeps talking to them. And then he starts to give them interview as well. Talking to them in the sense like, initially he just casually talks, then he starts to question them and they are answering. I don't know whether he's giving advice or whatever, but this was the dream I got. So he is just doing that. Then he comes down, then he takes us as well and goes all around the home talking to us. And after that, then he tries to put his hand and he calls all of us, and then he embraces us. Embrace all of us together, putting all the four of them, asking four of us to come closer to him. Like, Mata Amritanandamayi, how she calls everyone, like the hugging saint, she embraces everybody, right? Likewise, he calls us and he just embraces everyone, all of us. So this was really a unique dream. Of course, the alarm rang and I woke up. And then and this is another beautiful dream. The dream was, our Swami's Padaka arrived at that point of time. During that week, in the dream, I'm just offering this, we are offering this Swami's Padaka to Swami himself and placing at his own feet in his real Padaka, on his Padaka. and we are trying to bend down to get Swami's blessings, and Swami blesses, and then he blesses the padaka, and then we take the padaka, and that's it. The alarm rang and we woke up. So we felt so happy that Swami's padakas was being blessed by him on his own. And then I want to share another unique dream. This happened in 2010. Remember, we were all going for a pilgrimage trip, right? Little did we realize that the following week Swami is going to take leave. So we were in the Kulwant hall, and that was the last day that I was sitting there. I mean, I was one of the group leaders, and then that was the last day, and from that late afternoon they told we all have to sit in the the public area. So I was seated there, and obviously because we got up every day very early in the morning and went late to sleep, we thought, so obviously when we were sitting in a position like folding both the hands on the knees like this, covered of the knees, and we are sitting, and without our knowing we just dozed off. So immediately I got a dream. The dream was that, remember, we'll have a plastic fan in Parthi. So in that plastic fan I see Swami's Abhayasa picture, like a blessing sign picture, and it is a green color fan, a plastic fan, and in that I see Swami's Abhayasa picture. And then I suddenly woke up because the hands get apart once you are fast in sleep, and it will get apart, then you will wake up, right? Likewise, I got up and I just recollected this dream, and I woke up my friend and I told her, my dear, I got this dream, and she was so happy. And then again after some time we dozed off, and this time I got a unique dream. The dream was, suddenly my heart is opening up, and I see Swami coming out in a circle manner. The figure is in a circle manner. So in a circle round shape, Swami's picture is right there, and Swami is just coming out, and slowly, very slowly, he goes on to the spiritual heart or whatever you call it. He goes there, stays there for some time, and again he comes out, and then again he gets in and it gets locked. Right after that, I started to sweat due to the heat, and due to the sweat I just woke up. And the moment I woke up, I recollected this beautiful dream, and immediately I couldn't resist. I called my friend and I woke her up and I said, sorry my dear, but I want to share this dream before I forget, let me tell you this. And I narrated this dream to her, and she said, Sairam Jayanthi Garu, what is this? You are so blessed, you are truly blessed. Swami says that Swami wants to come and reside in our heart, and he always says that that's what we pray for, and we ask Swami that he should come and reside in our hearts. In your case, he proved that he not only resides in your heart, he also showed the evidence very clearly, and moreover, you got this dream in Kulwant hall. What else do you need, Jayanthi? She told me. And immediately I told her, my dear, you are saying like that, but in my case I feel this is the thing. I feel that Swami is giving me a warning. I am in your heart, so you better behave properly. That's the message I feel that Swami is giving me, that I should be really careful in all my thought, word and deed, and behave, follow his teachings and behave well. So this is what I feel, my dear. So I had to be very alert every moment in whatever I do or speak or think. So that's the message I got. I told her. So this was a very profound dream I felt in my life, that Swami says that yes, I am in your heart, you better act accordingly. So I just thought to share that one as well. Then in 2011, as you all know, Swami took leave, and when I was so worried that Swami is getting so ill and we are feeling so bad that day by day he is getting so ill, and that I said, Swami, you told you will be able to, if you keep up your mind, you can really withdraw yourself from this problem and come out right, Swami. So I really don't know, Swami, really, Swami, I am very worried that what if I don't have you, Swami, I'll feel so bad. I'm feeling so bad, Swami, we need your blessing, Swami. I'm just praying like this to Swami, and then immediately in the dream, Swami is coming and saying that I am, just a second. He says, my blessings are always with you. He says, my blessings are always with you. This was the dream that I got in 2011, and alas, after some time, after a few weeks, Swami took leave. So that was another dream. And finally, I want to talk about one special dream where Swami came and spoke to me in Tamil, which was a very mind-boggling experience. So, which I like to read out in through the computer. So, just give me a second. Now, let me just read out about the dream that I got. That was a special dream, especially because Swami spoke in Tamil, in my mother tongue. That was really thrilling. So, which I love to share. So, I was definitely in the congregation. I was sitting in the Kulwant hall and I am waiting there. Okay, and Swami is coming swiftly with a brisk walk. Just before reaching me, within about 3 to 4 feet, he slows down and comes straight to me. He stands right in front of me. I just wrote down everything as the dream came because I don't want to miss anything. So that's why I'm just reading it again. I read as it is. So let me read it again. I was definitely in the congregation. I was sitting in the Kulwant hall and I'm waiting. Swami is coming swiftly with a brisk walk. Just before reaching me, within about 3 to 4 feet, he slows down and comes straight to me. He stands right in front of me and he talks in Tamil. He says, "Na solren." We was having this kind of serious face. "Na solren. Adha nyam vachiko. Sraddai. Karya sraddai. Siddha pragnai." Purinjida? Sraddai. Karya sraddai. Siddha pragnai. He emphasized, I will tell you the meaning later. Then he says, "Karya sraddai என்றால் ஸ்ரத்தையோடு வேலை செய்யணும் என்று அர்த்தம்." காரிய ஸ்ரத்தை என்றால் ஸ்ரத்தையோடு வேலை செய்யணும் என்று அர்த்தம். சிதப்பிரக்ஞை அப்படின்னா நீ யார் என்பதை மாறாத நினைப்போடு வச்சுக்கணும். சிதப்பிரக்ஞை அப்படின்னா நீ யார் என்பதை மாறாத நினைப்போடு வச்சுக்கணும். மீண்டும் சொல்கிறார், ஸ்ரத்தை சிதப்பிரக்ஞை. நான் சொல்றேன், நமஸ்காரம், நான் சொல்றேன், ஸ்ரத்தப்பிரக்ஞை ஸ்ரத்தை. Namaskaram Swami. Right after he says, I am saying thank you Swami, and then Swami leaves. So let me translate that to you. He says, I tell you, remember this, diligence in action, again, diligence in action, be firm in recognition of yourself, the capital S, be firm in recognition of yourself. Do you understand? Diligence in action means doing things with full attention and eagerness. Diligence in action means doing things with full attention and eagerness. Recognition of self means being stable in soul consciousness. Recognition of self means being stable in soul consciousness. He repeats, Shraddha and Siddha Prajna. Shraddha and Siddha Prajna. So saying, he took leave. He leaves. So I just thought to share about this beautiful dream, because in the morning when I woke up, immediately I took a pen and I started to jot down everything as it is. And as you all know, when Swami comes in dreams and if he wants to emphasize something, it will be crystal clear in your mind. There's no doubt about it. They say, right, dreams relating to God are real. So likewise, if Swami wants to emphasize something or pass on a message to you, and if it's very important to you, he will make it a point that will be very crystal. Whereas in our regular dreams, in the dream you will be very really realistic. But the moment you woke up, the alarm rings, you woke up, that very fraction of the second, your mind will get into the worldly things, and that will be out, and the dream will vanish. Whereas when Swami comes, if he says something, and if he wants to convey that and wants to make sure that you follow that will be very stable and crystal clear until you jot down or you record it or do it. That's why I tell everyone, if you get Swami's dream, the best thing now with the technology has improved so much, to immediately open your phone and try to record on the spot, so that the dream will be as it is and you will not forget. Then you can go and rewind it and listen to it and jot it down. So this is the best way to accumulate all the dreams that you get. So I just thought to share that as well. So these are some of the dreams that Swami came on his own and shared, showed everything and told everything. In this way I got Swami's Sparshan, Darshan and Sambhashan. For example, the Sparshan was that when he embraced all of us and the darshan was that he had appeared in many robes and everything, walking around. And then again, a sambhashan was in the dream that Swami's, this is the prajna he talks about. So I was so happy. So I just thought to share all these beautiful dreams with you, that Swami is always with us. He always is that we have to keep on loving him to the core. I remember when I worked in the daycare, there used to be a story about what do you call, the rabbit, the mother and the child, and they will keep on adding I love you to this extent, and the baby with the mother will say I love you to this extent, and that at the it keeps on saying like that, and at one point it will say, Mom, I love you up to the sky level. And so saying, the baby will go off to sleep, and the mother tells, yes my dear, I too love up to the sky level, and also from sky level to the ground level. It will say, and they will end the story there. Likewise, though however we love, to whatever extent we love, double the amount of that, double the amount is the Swami's love for us, that he will love us. So let us all keep that in our mind, and just do whatever we do, that whatever we do, if we just keep this in our mind, will it please Swami? Will whatever I am doing, will it please Swami? If so, let us do it. If not, let us pause and then seek for his guidance. There are certain situations we do not know what to do, and that's when we have to ask for him, and he will come and give that answer one way or other, either like this, like dreams, or through books, or through messages, or through media, whatever. He will definitely tell us. So anything and everything, whatever we do, let us offer it to him at his lotus feet, and let him grace us accordingly. So these are the things I just thought to tell all of you, and thank you so much. And my humble sincere thanks to our beloved Swami for recollecting all these beautiful dreams, and made me to share all this with all of you. Thank you one and all. Sai Ram. Swami bless you all. Sai Ram.